Doing pretty well. It feels like forever since the last time that I connected to do a live, but last week, as some of you remember, I went to Vegas to attend the 2021 National Convention of the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. It was very exciting to see a lot of my colleagues after 2 years of not participating on any events because of the pandemic. But the event was great. The USACC did an amazing job putting the conference together. But one of the things that it made me really happy was the fact that a lot of the Hispanic business leaders, especially the chamber leaders that I got to talk to while I was in Vegas, was the interest on the digital economy. And for me, that was kind of like the best thing that happened throughout the conference, because knowing that chamber leaders across the country now are paying more attention to the importance of the digital economy and what it means for the Latino business community is the one way that we're going to be able to contribute in a more proactive way to the growth and development of Hispanic business owners across the country. So it took a pandemic to make the digital economy a priority in the work that they are doing in their respective markets. And I can expect over the next 3 to 5 years a more proactive work in terms of how Latino business leaders across the country are going to help small businesses to get more active in the digital economy. So that's great. That's something that I've been talking about for the last 13 years, and it makes me very happy that more business leaders across the country are going to pay attention to this trend, and they're going to do something about it, because it's going to be good for the associations that they're running, but it's also going to be good for the businesses that they represent, especially the micro and small businesses, which are the majority of the businesses that are in the Hispanic business community. So one way to contribute to build economic prosperity in Latino neighborhoods across the country is through entrepreneurship, now through digital entrepreneurship. So when you invest more resources in educating and showing the way on how these entrepreneurs can succeed in the digital economy, the numbers that you are going to see in the reports that I want you to take some time to review, because of the incredible work that is behind these reports and the data that they are sharing with us. A lot of data is some of the numbers that we knew from the past, but of course that they have grown, and that's where we need to pay attention to the trends that are happening in the Latino community, not just in the business community, but in the Latino community as a whole, because it's going to help your business, your company, to put together strategies that are going to help you to reach these very profitable demographic consumers that are very active in the marketplace, and to ignore one of the fastest growing demographics in the country. It's not going to be a good business decision for your business. So the first report that I want you to take a look is the, and by the way, I want to say hi to Ana Valdez and congratulate her and her team and the board members of the Latino Donor Collaborative, because of the amazing job that they're doing on putting these reports together. Again, there is a lot of information, and I encourage you to go to their website, because they have a lot of reports that they have conducted, and also they have other reports that they have done in partnership with other organizations. So take a look at some of them, but the report that I want you to read is the 2021 LDC US Latino GD report. You will find very interesting data in that report. As of 2019, and you have probably heard this before, Latinos were, if Latinos were a standalone country, they will account for the 7th largest GDP in the world, tied with France. And I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of this year and by next year, we surpass France and maybe the United Kingdom, and maybe we will tie with India. I don't know, at the pace that things are growing. And now that we have more Latinos actively participating in the digital economy and starting to generate a little more wealth because of the work that they're doing, it's very feasible for that to happen. So take a look at this report. They also have like the fast facts, in case you're just curious, you don't have enough time to go over everything. Just go to this link that is available on the LDC website, and you will find very, very interesting data that can help you to take some decision depending on the industry that your company is, whether it's housing or manufacturing, etc., retail. So very interesting numbers here for you to review. The other report that I love a lot, and I'm grateful for the opportunity that I had to attend an event where they presented it. It was the 2021 LDC Hitec Latinos in Technology report. A lot of this data has improved a lot, over the last 10 years, and it shows us that Latinos are over-indexing in a lot of digital-related topics, from, for example, like U.S. consumption of digital streaming devices at 77%, U.S. uses of tablets 67%, and this is important, for anyone that is running ads or campaigns and they're trying to reach Latinos. I think this data is important on how you segment your ads and your messaging, etc. U.S. Latinos spend 18% more time listening to podcasts than the general market, so that's why some of the colleagues and friends of mine that have launched podcasts over the last 24 months, they are reaching a very broad audience, and the engagement, it's very substantial, it's very active. This is a number that I liked a lot, especially from the business perspective. 98% of Latinos own a smartphone. So when you think about, in certain areas of our country where there are Latinos that don't have tablets or don't have a laptop or a PC, that they're going to have a smartphone. The majority of them will. So that you can reach out to this demographic through mobile advertising that is going to resonate with the audience. Of course, you have to work on your message, etc. But very interesting numbers for you to take a look at. This report it was released, I guess, last week at the Latitude conference, which it was a success. Another event that keeps growing every year. Great job by Gary Acosta, Sol Trujillo, the whole team, the Stefan family, and all the other partners of the Latitude event. That conference keeps growing every year. They provide a lot of valuable content to all the participants, and networking it's outstanding. So that's another event that you may want to check out next year, because you will have access to this type of information, and you will have the opportunity to talk to some of the business leaders that are behind this report. You can talk to some of the business leaders that are driving very impactful programs and initiatives in the community that are contributing to the growth of the economy and also in socially and culturally, etc. So really good information that I want you to, or I want to invite you to take a look at, regardless of what you do, if you're a professional or if you are a business owner. I think these reports provide a lot of insights of where the trends are going, and they will help you to take decisions that are going to help you with the work that you are currently doing. The last report that I want to invite you to read, because this is very relevant to every single aspect in our society, and it's very relevant for elected officials and business leaders across the country, is the Holistic Digital Policy Report that Citi put out last week. There is a lot of valuable information here. This is something that I've been talking about for quite some time now. And as you remember, in June 2021, we launched the Digital Economy Alliance as a response to the trend that is happening in this fourth industrial revolution, if you want to call it that way. And I think it is important to read this report, because as business leaders and active members of our society, we need to understand where the trends are going, so we can be more informed about the people that we want to elect for office, the priorities that we have as a society and as a country, and learn from some of the best practices that are happening around the world. You can see some of those in this report. But as you can see from these graphs and the information provided in this report, is that digital policy is extremely important for our country. It is a priority. The digital economy is the new driver for economic growth in America, and we need to make sure that we elect people in office that understand why the digital economy is so important for our country from any perspective that you see it. As you can see, like right here, they are stating that traditional economic policies can be more effective with the influence of a digital policy in place. So one thing, I mean, if you take a look at the report, you'll see that there are a lot of, or they share some of the success stories across the world. One that I like, which it kind of like tells you like how important it is to address these issues, is the let me skim it right here. One of the success stories is the one that happened in China. China's tech policy. They have invested $1.8 billion since 2004. And through that program, they have reached over 100 million students in rural areas. And they have been able to deliver 440,000 TVs and DVD players, install nearly 265,000 satellite receiving sets, build over 40,000 computer classrooms. And, you and I know how important education is, to keep growing our economy, to make our workers more productive, etc. So these are the type of policies that we need to start implementing in certain segments in our economy in order to make them more efficient if we want to stay competitive at the global level. So, like I mentioned, in June 2021, we introduced to you the Digital Economy Alliance, and part of the work that we're going to be doing through the Digital Economy Alliance, and I'm sorry, I think I have this a little too zoom out, so I'm gonna zoom in a little. Um, so take a look at the ideas that we have through the Digital Economy Alliance. I want to invite you to join the alliance in whatever capacity that you can, regardless of what you do. I think that you can contribute a lot of great ideas that we can share to already elected officials and to people that are running for office. We want to provide them new ideas that they can implement once they get elected, ideas that can benefit our education, our economy, and our society as a whole. So there you have it. 3 reports that are going to provide you a lot of information to what you are currently doing in your profession. I mean, for me, I'm always reading these reports because they are relevant to the work that we do, and it gives us a new perspective on how we need to keep moving our agenda forward. I mentioned it a few weeks ago that throughout this pandemic, we were able to help a lot of businesses because of the work that we do online. But I also realized that there were certain pieces in the work that we were doing that were missing, and we need to incorporate those pieces in order to make our job even more relevant. And I know that a lot of small businesses were not able to have access to capital because they were not prepared for it. They either have bad credit, no business credit, no accounting documents in place. So we're going to announce a program on October 21st, I believe, like in a few more days. This program is going to be in Spanish, just because a big percentage of the businesses that we serve, they prefer to learn in Spanish and to be helped in Spanish. So we're going to start putting out a lot of information about how you can build your credit, how you can build your business credit, the steps that you need to take to home ownership, the steps that you need to take to start selling your products and services online. It's going to be a program sponsored by Wells Fargo, which we are extremely grateful for their support, for believing in us, for believing in our work and in the vision that we have. As you can see, or you will see in the digital policy report by city, and in the reports that the LDC shared with us last week, the Latino business community is an economic driver for America. The digital economy is an economic driver for America. When you combine those two, the opportunities are going to be endless, and that's what we're going to continue to work. That's the work that we've been doing since 2008, trying to educate and show Latino small businesses how they can leverage the internet, or use and leverage the internet as a business tool. Now, with everything that has happened with the pandemic, our message has become more relevant than ever. And, through the different channels that we have, and the platform that we have, and the strategic partners that believe in our work, we're going to try to keep contributing to the growth and development of the businesses that we serve. And I'm very excited for this new program and the upcoming webinars and workshops that we're going to be hosting. And also very excited with the work that I'm going to be doing with chamber leaders across the country. There are many chambers that are interested in learning more about the digital economy and how they can provide services that can help their members to be more active in the digital economy. So I see, like I mentioned earlier, the next year and the next 3-5 years are going to be extremely exciting, and everything was ignited, unfortunately, by a pandemic. But it happened. We're here, and now we need to keep this momentum going. So now that more businesses are open and receptive for the idea of having some type of digital presence through their business, we need to capitalize on that and make sure that they are very successful at selling their products and services online, providing customer service online. So just keep providing them access to resources and the tools that they need to succeed in the marketplace, because if Main Street American small business in America succeed, our economy as a whole is going to benefit from that. And that's why the work of business associations, chambers of commerce, and any other organization that supports small businesses across the country, it is so relevant, and that's never going to change. What is changing is just like the way that you do business, the priorities of the programs and initiatives that you're running in your organization. Those things are changing, but the work that we do is more relevant than ever. And we're very grateful for business owners that believe in us and trust on our work. We're here to support you in any way that we can. And again, if you have the opportunity, just read the executive summary of these reports, so you can have an idea of what's happening right now in the marketplace and some of the trends that are going to continue to grow over the next few years, so you can start taking more strategic decisions about the work that you are doing. Okay? So thank you very much for watching, and if we can help you with anything, please let me know. Stay tuned for the things that are coming. We're very, very excited for some of the programs and initiatives that we are rolling out over the next few weeks and in the beginning of the first 2 quarters in 2022. And hopefully we will keep contributing our 2 cents to our economy and to keep America as the best country to live in and to do business in. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Have a beautiful day. Take care.